Hey everyone! Welcome to the Blue Mars video tutorials. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to avoid skin penetration of clothing that is designed in the cloth editor. For this example, we'll be using 3ds Max 2010, but in the future we'll be showing you how to use other programs like Blender and SketchUp. We'll begin by importing a model of the avatar. This is good for using as a base mesh to generate the clothing item, especially for matching the vertices of the avatar in trouble areas. So we'll bring in the female body file. Make sure that the format is Collada Next Gen, or else it will produce errors and the base mesh model won't come in correctly. Next, we're going to import a template of the clothing cage. This is what will be used to give a reference of what part of the cloth item we'll use clothing simulation on. Now that the cloth item is imported, I'm going to show you a bad example. We'll hide everything except the item and export selected. We'll name it Bad Example. Make sure that the Collada Next Gen is selected from the dropdown and save it. And then make sure that the normal is selected. Now we'll go into the cloth editor and find the DAE model that we just exported from our modeling application. The asset type is cloth, and the style is the full body because that's the cage that matches the mesh we are going to make. We can see right away that there are issues. We have this new feature we can use to test items with animations, and a playback slider to quickly go through the animations. Here is another new feature, depth bias. This is what happens in the engine. It corrects issues with penetration. As you can tell right here on the sides, it still causes issues because it pushes everything in the direction of the camera, so things that are on the side aren't being pushed toward the side, so it doesn't fix everything. Next, I'll talk about ways to avoid these issues. When you want to create a skin-tight item, you want to copy the avatar's mesh, especially in the problem areas. For this demonstration, I'm going to quickly highlight the polygons of the whole avatar mesh, but you might just want to start with the shoulders or hips or knees, really anywhere that the model is going to go through extreme deformation and animation, because that's where there will be more issues with skin penetration. Now I'm selecting the parts and detaching a clone of this mesh to use as a base. And then we're going to hide everything except the clone geometry. Next, we need to inflate the mesh so that it sits on top of the avatar body. I've found that a value of 0.35 seems to be just about right. It still seems skin tight, but it's enough to get rid of the skin penetration of the mesh. Now we export again. Same process. Make sure Collada format is selected and all of the parameters are correct. Override anything that may have been generated before. Now the clothing item is attached, and we can test it with an animation. You can see right away that we don't have any penetration issues. You can rotate just to make sure that it's not showing through anywhere from any angle. Try different animations and be sure to check areas like the shoulders or knees. And that's it! Thanks for tuning in to this Blue Mars tutorial. For additional help, check out our developer forum at www.bluemars.com or attend one of our weekly QA sessions.